Chapter 52, Alexa Brenner. Alexa, Alexa! A hand is on my arm, shaking me awake. Opening my eyes, I look at Raylene. I'm not feeling good. I have to go to the bathroom. It's just around the corner. Take a candle with you. I close my eyes to try to go back to sleep. Can you take me, please? I'm scared. I don't want to go alone. I can't say no to that. Okay, I get up. Crystal notices our movement and decides to follow us. Let's go. She grabs my hand. On the way out, I grab one of the candles in the hall. I take her to the washroom. She doesn't take long at all before she's done. Are you feeling any better? No. She shakes her head and pouts. Do you need to go back to the toilet? Raylene only answers me by shaking her head. Okay, then let's go back to bed and maybe you'll feel better in the morning. No, I don't want to. Can you read me a book? Raylene tries, delaying having to go back to bed. I'm tired and I just want to go back to bed. I don't want to deal with this right now. A good timing yawn from her helps me. No, come on, sweetie. We should go back to bed. You're so tired you're yawning. No, I want story time. Raylene raises her voice and throws her fists to her side. I'll read you a book in the morning. We don't want to disturb the people sleeping in the library. Now let's go back to bed. I raise my voice to go over hers. I don't want to. No! She's almost at a full-blown temper tantrum now. Her screams must be waking people from how loud she's being. Crystal tries to back her up by growling at me. You don't act like this. What is wrong with you? We're going back to bed, and that's final. I scream at her, trying to scold her. No! Raylene screams as loud as I'm sure she can. She throws herself onto the ground. What is going on here? I jump from Miles's voice suddenly behind me. Raylene runs past me and grabs onto Miles. I don't feel good. I don't want to go back to bed. Her small voice is back. Raylene wavers like she's on the edge of crying. He touches the top of her head. You said you want story time, right? How about you and Alexa go to the cafeteria? I'll get a book. Just one book, then it's back to bed, okay? Raylene nods her head. She doesn't let go of him until he picks her up and carries her out of the bathroom. Crystal follows right after them. We go downstairs to the cafeteria. I grab her a bottle of water on our way in. Miles sets her down on a tabletop. I'll be right back. He runs off. I open the bottle and hand it to her. She drinks a bit and gives it back. I put the cap back on and set it on the table beside her. We say nothing. I don't know what to say to her. Why is she acting like this? It doesn't take long for Miles to come back. He doesn't have a book with him. We have to go. He looks panicked. The mall is being attacked. We've got to go now. Standing up, I turn around and pick Raylene up. Even with the extra weight, I can still run a lot faster than she could. We run out one side of the cafeteria and towards the doors to the outside. Someone yells, "The mall is under attack. Get up. Everyone wake up. We need to escape." Miles tries for the nearest exit point, but before we can get there, people run past us. Don't go that way. A chilling scream comes from that hall. We run towards where the rest had gone. Fire lights up the ceiling. I hear someone yell, "Dragons!" I spot the first demon after it drops down from the upper floor. I have no idea what it is. It doesn't look human, with its horns, elongated head, and long body. The blue skin almost looks black in the lack of light. The demon grabs someone running by. Opening its mouth, which takes up half of its face, it bites her head off. The crunch sickens me. Miles charges the demon. It jumps out of the way onto the railing. There's a knife in the demon's chest. It growls at Miles when he charges the demon again. It grabs Miles in both of its arms. Kelly comes from above with a sword. In hand, she cuts off the demon's arms. It falls back into the water as the arms fall away from Miles. Kelly says something to Miles before he comes over to us. Theater exit and make to the trucks. I nod, though it's useless. He's already turned away and started running. Going after him down the hall, we get quite a ways away. We make it to the doors and outside, climbing the stairs to the upper floor. The cold air hurts my lungs, but I keep running until we get to the moving truck. There are multiple vehicles to choose from, but this one has cover over it. The other trucks are sticking people in the back with no protection. I get Raylene in first, then myself. Crystal jumps up beside us and snuggles into Raylene. People run over, being led by James. Nikki stops her approach. I look at Crystal and her son and screech. A thud makes me look back outside. A dragon has landed right behind the truck with Sandra riding on top. Nikki screams. Darius grabs her, then jumps and lands on the back of the dragon with Nikki in his arms. The dragon spreads its wings, it jumps up, flaps its wings, and it's gone quickly. James gets into the back with a few others and yells, "That's it, Miles, let's go. Everyone hold on." He waits to close the door until after we start to move. I crouch to the cold floor and grab onto a railing. Raylene is now on the ground, but still clutched to my side. Why did he take her? I ask quietly. Darius was here, a few meters away, and he decided to take Nikki? Why her? Who is she? James asks everyone. He was wondering the same thing. Out of everyone here, what would Darius and Sandra want with Nikki? No one offers up anything. They look around to each other for an answer and shrug and shake their heads. Is she working with them? No, one of her male friends defends her. I've known her for most of our lives. There's no way she would be working with them. James puts up his hand to concede and hush the friend. We have to assume it's something important then. They attacked tonight. We have to assume specifically to take her. Why would they do that? I don't know, he admits. We should attack the farm tonight, Kelly announces. We don't have anything near the numbers we had, but they won't be expecting us. We can guerrilla warfare from the forest. It's too soon, Miles objects. We have to assume she's important to something. What if this is their last chance before their plan becomes irreversible? Kelly counters. Kelly continues. They're still attacking the mall. There won't be as many people at the farm. Miles, head to the farm, James orders. She's right. This could be our best chance. Does anyone have paper or something to write with? I think there's something in the glove box, Miles shouts over the noise of the thundering walls. James goes past everyone to join Miles up front. Open the crates. There should be a crate of weapons and armor somewhere. James shouts to the back. Various people get up and open crates. Then hand things out. I stay with Raylene and just let them work. They hand out food and a weapon first. The armor will be handed out when people can change without falling over. After everyone settles, we sit in silence until we pull into a long driveway surrounded by trees. I assume we're at the neighboring farmhouse. James comes to the back with papers clutched in his hands. Once we stop, no one speaks. Just go into the house, find a place to settle, and wait for further instructions. He hands me a paper. Some of you will get papers, others won't. He hands Raylene a piece. They have instructions for each of you. James hands the last paper out just as the truck and the noise stops. Kelly pulls up the door. All the other trucks park shortly after us. James jumps out the back and goes to the closest pickup. I get up, pick up my blade, and jump out. Seeing the height of some of the snow where we will need to walk, I grab Raylene out of the back and carry her. The snow chills my ankles and clings to my pants as high as my knee. Kelly goes in the front door, so I follow her. I let Raylene down once we hit the covered deck. I stomp my feet on the deck to shake off some of the snow. Crystal leaps onto the deck and shakes off a bunch of the snow. The house is almost as cold as outside. I set down my weapons by the fireplace. I know Raylene is cold, and the first thing I do is search for a closet or a bedroom with blankets. To the right of the entrance is a hallway with 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. I pull all of the sheets off the beds and bring them into the living room to wrap around Raylene. A couple of people get the same idea and pull more blankets and towels to wrap up in. Better, I ask her? She nods back to me with a small smile. I pull the pieces of paper out of my pocket. The first one says, "Stay at abandoned farmhouse." Flipping open the second one, I find an ominous, "Come see me." That can't be good. I assume Raylene's is the first and mine is the latter. I tell Raylene, "I'll be right back. Stay here. Keep warm." James is sitting at the kitchen table discussing something with Miles. I walk the few meters up to them. "Have a seat," James says without looking at me. He moves a piece of paper and a pencil to me. He hushes his voice. "I need you to tell me everything you saw there. How many people, draw a map of the farm, a layout of the house." My mind is filled with different memories of the place all at once. I start drawing the house in the middle of the paper, just a box with a L shape on the outside to show the deck. There are 3 floors. Ram and Sandra babysat us. Darius came in every once in a while, Shell too, but no one else was in the house. I think they stayed elsewhere. Oh, there were hobgoblins in the basement. "How many entrances?" James asked. 2, one on the main floor and the other is in the basement. I place darker lines on the square showing where the doors would be. He points to the door on the right side of my drawing. "Is this door hidden by the deck?" "Yes, it faces the forest and you can't see much of the road." I draw the road coming out from around the toy barn in front of the house, winding around the back of the farm. Next, I draw a couple of quick trees to show where the forest would be. "Do you know where they would put Nikki?" James asks. "They'd probably put her in the room beside Sandra's upstairs, or maybe the bedroom on the main floor." I step back to working on the map while James talks. I draw the toy barn, the open field near the house, the hill gets labeled, the slaughterhouses, and the barn in the back. Good, we have to be as quick as possible. Since you know the house layout, you'll be in charge of rescuing her from the house. While we take care of them, you need to get Nikki out of there and back here. James notices my map. What is this? He points his finger over the area with the slaughterhouses and barn. Part of the farm, too. Darius and Shale took Raylene and me to the barn to see the griffins back there. I saw the slaughterhouses while we were there. Oh, I draw a pathway and a pond somewhere in the forest. We went to this pond and saw a dragon, too. Damn, I didn't know this area was so large. He thinks for a moment. Is this all? I look at the map for a moment. Yes. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. He takes my map with him. I turn in my seat. He doesn't go far. James says something to King Zircon. Nodding to James, he gathers the dwarves, telling them to go outside and prepare to leave in 2 minutes. James comes back to the table. Can I see the pencil? I hand it to him. James boxes out an area on the map and labels it dwarves. The area covers a third of the map. The areas in and around the toy barn, the field, and the pond. He names the house Us. James gets up and goes downstairs without another word. He returns a moment later with a herd of people following after him. They go out the front door while James comes back to the table. He sections off most of the rest of the farm, including the slaughterhouses. This gets labeled K and D. The large section is named Rest. James looks up. Daniel, you're not going with them. Kelly, come here. He jumps over the couch and stairway and lands in the kitchen. She jumps over the couch and stairway and lands in the kitchen beside Miles. Take Daniel back here to the slaughterhouses. Free everyone you find there. Kill anyone who tries to stop you. Kelly looks at Daniel with a disgusted glare. He'll just slow me down. James gives Kelly a hard stare to dissuade all complaints. I get a feeling that if he doesn't return, it will probably be because of friendly fire. Daniel's face goes white. I think he just had the same thought. Kelly walks past him, grabbing his shirt and making him follow as she stomps out of here. Almost everyone is gone now. Only Raylene, 2 unknown people come out from the mall. Almost everyone is gone now. Only Raylene, 2 unknown people that came from the mall, Tim, and his parents remain in the living room. From the lack of noise, I assume that everyone else has left, except us at the table. We'll be leaving in about 5 minutes. This will give them time for the others to get into their places, James informs us. We're doing this right now? The words exploded from my mouth. I had thought that it was just going to happen. I had thought that's what was going to happen, but hearing it still comes out as a surprise. I wish I could take the words back as soon as everyone stares at me. Yes, say your goodbyes and get ready. I get up immediately. Raylene must have been listening because she's already on her way over to me. She latches onto my waist. Don't go away like Mommy and Daddy did. Her eyes are puffy and tears stream down her cheeks. My mind blanks. What do I say to her? I can't guarantee that I won't die. I can't guarantee that I will come back to her. My eyes blur towards the bottom. Miles kneels beside us. Raylene, I promise that I will protect her and make sure she comes back, okay? She lifts her head off of me enough to look at him. Okay. Up. Her arms loosen briefly while I pick her up, only to wrap around my neck. I take her back over to the couch. Miles and James grab their things quickly and go to the door while I tuck her back into the blankets. I kiss her. I'll be back in a few hours. Get some sleep. I love you. I'll miss you. I love you too. I won't be gone for long. Kissing her on the top of her head, I can't look at her anymore without a searing pit in my chest. I turn around and grab my weapons off the ground and go meet Miles and James outside. I close the door behind me. Are you okay? Miles asks me. I take a deep breath before answering. Let's just go. On our walk, I try to scrub the goodbye from my memory, focus on the upcoming battle so I can return safe and sound, focus on what's going on around me so I don't get caught off guard. We don't say anything as we travel through the dark and quiet forest. I can't see too far in front of me, but Miles and James seem to know exactly where they're going. I keep close to James to make sure I don't get lost. My footsteps are loud against the silence. For a few meters, I try to make them quieter, but it doesn't help. Finally, I see some lights in the distance. James slows down the pace. He seems to be hiding behind trees at some points, so I fall and step right behind him. Miles takes his own path. A few meters from the tree line, we stop and crouch behind some bushes. Miles grabs onto a nearby tree and scales up it. We sit and wait. I don't know for how long. James busies himself by looking around us. I can't see Miles up in the tree. We wait. My legs cramp up, so I kneel down. The moment I do, I feel wetness seep into my pants. I have immediate regrets and get back up. A boom sounds in the distance. Right before it, I see the orange glow of a flame. James takes off. It takes Miles grabbing my hand and pulling me up before I realize that that's probably a sign that something's happening. When did he get down out of the tree? We run across the short distance between the tree line and the space. We run across the short space between the tree line and the house. James doesn't wait for us to open the door. He heads into the basement. It doesn't take long for us to reach the entrance. Miles stops me outside the door. Stay. He goes inside. I can hear the tiny footsteps and whispers. I'm unsure the shiver up my spine is from the cold or from the chilling sound. I'm blinded for a moment. The basement light turns on. The hobgoblins screech from the light. I head further behind the doorway. Miles pulls out his sword and slices some of the creatures in half. Miles stops one from running. It floats into the air and slams into a nail on the stairway. Others scurry away to hide. Ram is halfway down the stairs by the time I notice anyone coming down them. There are 2 other sets of feet coming down them. Somehow, I don't think I'll be able to get by 3 people. There's another entrance, though. Before any of them could realize I'm here, I back away from the basement entrance. Turning around, I look for anyone that could be coming down the path. There are a few people out there fighting, but no one would be paying attention to me. I hug against the deck wall to peek around the corner. Everyone is fighting. Taking the chance, I run around the deck and up the stairs. The front door was left wide open in someone's rush. Avoiding the basement door, I go through the kitchen way. I almost fall as I trip over something. Looking down, it was a small leg. It's not Raylene's. She wasn't wearing jeans. No. I stop. She's at the other house. They killed some other child. I take a deep breath, back to my job. I go through the living room and up the stairs. I don't hesitate for a second to go straight to my room. Opening the door and rushing in all the same movement to come face to face with Nikki thrusting a broken chair leg at me. A little scream escapes. Nikki's reflexes help her stop before she hits me. Noises float up from the basement battle. Someone sounds like they're just about went through the floorboards. Time isn't something we can waste here. I tell her, let's go. I run out ahead of her, back down the path I came through. I'm a bit quicker this time. I feel like this house is run. I feel like this is a home run from this point. Rushing out the door around the side of the building, I stop for a brief moment. Ram, Sandra, Miles, and James are still fighting. I pull out the dagger I had placed through my belt loop and hand it to Nikki. Pointing towards the forest, she gets the idea that we need to go and starts running. She's faster than me. She makes it into the tree line before seeing that I'm falling behind. Nikki slows her speed only a little, but enough for me to catch up. In a blink, she is thrown to the ground, and my neck is being gripped by a cold hand. I can't breathe through the pain, and Darius is squeezed. Tears roll down my cheeks. I can't get any air into my lungs. Staring into his eyes, there's something different about him. His eyes have darkened. His skin looks ashen and sunken in, even in the lack of light. Lips and teeth smack into mine. More pain. Liquid drips down my chin before his tongue laps it up. Floating for a split second before I hit the ground, I gulp for air. Darius walks over to Nikki and picks her off the ground. I can only look at him for a moment before he disappears as fast as he appeared. Still gasping in the air, I get up with the help of the tree. I pick up the dropped dagger. Steadying myself, I run back towards the farmhouse. Swiping my hand across my chin and lips, I pull it away, immediately wishing I hadn't. My lips sting, and blood is now on the palm of my hand. I rub it on the stomach of my shirt. Getting to the doorframe, I quickly stop myself. Darius got Nikki, I yelled to James and Miles. Shit, Ram is in front of me. He pushes me to the side. I fall unbalanced and land on a pile of cut-up wood. Ram runs towards the front of the house. Sandra pushes Miles and James back in a whoosh of air, then runs after Ram. Miles recovers first. He helps me stand up. My lips itch, but the blood flow stops. He turns back through the doors. I make it there in time to see someone fly across and into the wall. Something cracks. I'm not sure whether it was from the wall or from the person or even both. They don't move. I'm sure they're dead. James looks at me. Are you okay? Yes, I say automatically, though I'm not sure at this moment. I must look awful. My neck probably has bruises, and My neck is probably bruised, and I have my own blood everywhere. There's a loud roar from the crowd of people outside. I go to take a look. James and Miles follow behind me as a crowd of people run down the path. They go out in front of the house and where the demons are fighting the dwarves. Some I recognize, but there are many I don't. They're closing in the battle. They're closing the area of the battle. The extra people from the slaughterhouse must have decided to help us. James and Miles rush to help. I stay here. It's a debate for me on whether I should go help or stay behind. We seem to be winning. Most of them are being killed. More of them are being killed than us. Before I can change my mind, I run towards them. I ready my dagger to stab someone when I get there. Just out of my view, I see something rush towards me. I stop. A wolf humanoid creature blocks me from the rest of the battle. It snarls and growls at me. It stands up on its hind legs and walks towards me, slowly turning back into a person. Frozen in my spot, I tighten my grip on the dagger. Kelly's brief lesson rings in my head. Aim for the heart and head. My eyes go to where its heart should be. I focus on that. It lunges towards me. My hand goes through and hits something hard. I let go of the dagger, lodge it in its chest, and move out of the way. It slumps down on all fours and growls. Keeling over it to its side, it stops breathing. I need my dagger back. It was dumb to just let it go. I cautiously walk over to it. Watching for any signs of movement, I grab the hilt of the dagger and pull. I turn around. One of the blue demons at the mall has its mouth open, ready to bite my head off. A blade slices quickly through its open mouth. The sword pulls out and Miles pushes the body to the side to fall. Are you okay? He asks. Yes, I hear flapping above. Looking up, I see a dragon. We leave now, Darius yells out to his group. The battle was won by us, but not completely. They still have Nikki. My heart stops when I hear Raylene scream. Sandra holds Raylene on the top of the dragon. They're at enough of an angle that I can see Nikki on it too. Raylene! I scream. Sandra looks at me and laughs deeply. The dragon starts flying back in the direction of the abandoned house. I run after them. There is no hope. Miles passes me. I stop at the tree line. Miles has disappeared and the dragon is far off in my view. James comes up behind me. It's no use, Alexa. You won't be able to catch them. Come back and help. We have many injured that need to be moved into the house. I hear the words, but half of them don't make any sense in my mind. Now. He grabs his arm around my shoulder to guide me to the house. Go into the washrooms and see if you can find any type of first aid supplies to bring it into the living room. There's a dead body in there. The words come out all in one tone, escaping as I think them. James turns around and orders people from his place on the deck. Everyone who's injured, please go around the side to the basement door. If you can, help those who are injured, then yourselves. He turns back around to me and ushers me into the house. Go find the supplies. I will take care of the body. I start in the bathroom just down the hall. Rifling through the cupboards, I find a large tin filled with the thrown-together first aid kit. I grab that and a few towels that are hung up. The bathroom doesn't have much else. Backing out, I spot the soap and grab that as well. The lights to the basement are still on. The stairs don't look like they were damaged at all in the fight, but I still go down cautiously. People are already starting to make the basement into a makeshift hospital. Some blankets are being laid out on the concrete and some are laying on them. I'm swarmed as soon as I reach the floor. The supplies are taken from my arms. I go all the way upstairs to the second bathroom. There's nothing useful in this one except for a few towels and soap. I look in the mirror. I look like I belong in a horror movie. Drying blood covers my chin and up the front of my sweater. Taking the sweater off, I turn it around and use the back of my shirt to clean myself. I turn on the tap enough to wet the cloth and start rubbing the blood away. It takes a bit of work to get most of it off, but it doesn't take long. I abandon the sweater on the top of the bathroom garbage. I grab the towels and the soap and return to the bathroom. Fewer people notice me this time. I grab the towels and soap and return to the basement. Fewer people notice me this time. They're busy helping to bandage people up. James is delegating people different tasks. Go boil water. We need to sterilize. Rip the bed sheets up for more bandages. Go to the other farmhouse for more first aid supplies. People take the soap and towels. I just stand here. Watch the chaos around me. Miles has come back. He walks towards me. There's no Raylene. How are you doing? Miles asks as he reaches out to touch my arm. How do you think? Knocking his hand away from me. I don't want his touch right now. I don't want him messing with me. He gets upset. I'm sorry I couldn't catch up to them. They were going too fast, but I swear as soon as we're able to, we'll go look for her. Now he makes me feel worse. I shouldn't have thrown his hands back like that. I should have stayed with her. Miles shakes his head. Then you might have been captured too. I can't handle this conversation anymore. It's my fault. If I hadn't left Raylene alone, we'd still be together. I turn away from Miles. We go back up the stairs. The upstairs bathroom calls my name. I close the door behind me. I look through the drawers. I find a pair of scissors. The edge might be sharp enough. I set the toilet seat down. Putting the scissors down on the counter, I undo the button on my pants and pull them down to my shins. I sit down on the cold toilet seat. Gripping the scissors in my left hand, I look at them. They call to me. I sob. Hot tears cool quickly. My heart races so hard my chest hurts. Apprehensive of what I'm about to do, I hesitate. I know I shouldn't do it, but confusingly, it helps me cope. I open the scissors up and run the blade against my skin of my thighs. Lighter at first, I make white lines on my skin. The blade isn't sharp enough that the small amount of pressure would even break my skin. I swipe the blade across harder and harder. Finally, a bead-line of blood is drawn. My hands shake from the sight, not in fear but pleasure. The blood releases my hurt. It makes me feel better. Scars from my previous sessions remind me how addicting this feeling is. I tire of swiping once I get a few lines drawn. Closing up the scissors, I put my hand in it to get a better grip, pushing together a bit of skin. I open the scissors and snip a tiny circle of skin off, and again, and again, and again. Finally satisfied with my bloody art, I put the scissors down on the counter. I wash the blood for a bit. Tearing up toilet paper off the roll, I set to cleaning up the mess. The bloody tissues go onto the counter. The second batch of toilet paper gets a quick douse of cold water. It soothes the burn when I touch it to the wounds. Once the bleeding has pretty much stopped, all the blood is cleaned up. I stand up. I pull my pants up carefully. I feel much the same now, but more in control. A numbness creeps in. I wash the scissors in the sink. I put them back in the drawer. The tissues go in the toilet. I flush them away. The makeup I had used previously is still in here. I do up my whole face in a makeup routine I love. Foundation, mascara, eyeliner, purple eyeshadow, blush, and a light red lipstick. Ready to face the outside, I unlock the door. One deep breath, and I open the door. No one is on this level, but I can hear some people have gone into the living room a floor down. Not wanting to deal with anyone else, I go the other way into my room. Stepping over a broken chair, I go to the dresser to change into my own clothes. Nikki's notebook sits on the top. I'll keep it with me, make sure I can get it back to her. I open up the drawers to the cabinet, and my clothes are still there. I pull out the pajama set and get dressed in fresh clothes. The shorts barely cover my new wounds, but they do well enough. The tank top is cold, so I grab a sweater as well to go over top. Exhaustion makes my head fuzzy. I pull the covers on the bed up and get in. I hug the one pillow to myself and lay my head on the other.